over 70% of first-time homebuyers only get 1 or 2 mortgage offers. This single mistake can cost them tens of thousands of dollars over the loan's lifetime. Tens of thousands. Why? Because they didn't understand the foundational steps of securing a mortgage. You're not going to be one of them. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear, actionable roadmap to navigate the mortgage process, avoid critical missteps, and secure a loan that genuinely works for your financial future. No fluff, no jargon, just the brutal truth and how to win. First, let's talk prerequisites. Before you even think about looking at houses, you need your financial house in order. We're talking 3 critical pillars: credit score, stable income, and a down payment. You need a FICO score preferably above 700 for the best rates, a consistent employment history, typically 2 years in the same field or with documented raises, and a realistic grasp of your down payment. If these foundations aren't solid, you're simply not ready. Period. Don't waste your time or anyone else's until these are locked in. Now, let's break down the journey, step by step. Step 1. Understand your true financial picture. Before approaching any lender, you need to be brutally honest with yourself about your finances. This isn't just about what you think you can afford. It's about what the numbers actually say. Start with your credit report. Get it free from annualcreditreport.com. Check for errors, pay down high-interest debt, and understand every point matters. Next, calculate your debt-to-income ratio, or DTI. Lenders look at 2: your front end, proposed housing payment as a percentage of gross income, and your back end, all monthly debt payments, credit cards, student loans, car loans, as a percentage of gross income. Most conventional lenders want a back-end DTI below 43%, though some FHA loans go higher. Don't guess, run the numbers. Know your DTI before you talk to a lender. Finally, assess your savings. Beyond the down payment, you'll need funds for closing costs, moving expenses, and an emergency fund. Draining your entire savings for a house is a recipe for disaster. Step 2. Get pre-approved, not just pre-qualified. All right, you've got your financial picture dialed in. Now here's what most people completely miss that can derail their home buying dreams. This is where many first-timers stumble. Pre-qualification is a quick, soft pull of your credit and a rough estimate. It's essentially worthless. Pre-approval, on the other hand, is when a lender reviews your actual financial documents, pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements, and gives you a conditional commitment for a specific loan amount at a specific interest rate. This is non-negotiable. A pre-approval letter shows sellers you're a serious buyer, and it gives you a realistic budget. It means a lender has largely vetted you, and you're far less likely to face nasty surprises later. Expect this process to take a few days, maybe a week, as they dig through your finances. Gather all your financial documents beforehand to speed this up. Step 3. Shop for lenders, and don't be lazy about it. This next part is where you truly make or break your mortgage deal, and it's the shocking reason why 70% of buyers overpay. Remember that statistic? Over 70% of people don't shop around enough. This is where you avoid becoming a statistic. Getting just 1 or 2 offers is financial malpractice. You must compare loan offers from multiple lenders. I'm talking at least 3, ideally 5 or more. Mortgage brokers, big banks, credit unions, online lenders. Cast a wide net. Why? Because rates and fees vary significantly. Even a 1/4 percentage point difference on a $400,000 30-year mortgage can mean over $150,000 in additional interest paid over the life of the loan. That's $150,000 for just a 0.25% difference. Lenders also charge different origination fees, application fees, and points. Get a loan estimate from each lender. It's a standardized form breaking down all costs. Compare these line by line. Don't just look at the interest rate. Look at the annual percentage rate, APR, which includes some fees, and the total cash to close. My client, Sarah, almost went with her bank out of convenience until I pushed her to get 3 more quotes. The result? She saved almost 0.5 percentage point on her rate, translating to over $40,000 in interest savings. Convenience is expensive. Step 4. Choose the right mortgage type. Once you have multiple offers, you need to understand the different flavors of mortgages. This isn't just about rates, it's about what fits your life. Conventional loans. These are not backed by the government. They usually require good credit and often a 20% down payment to avoid private mortgage insurance, PMI. If you put less than 20% down, PMI will be added, which is an extra monthly cost, but it can be removed once you build enough equity. FHA loans, backed by the Federal Housing Administration, these are great for first-time buyers with lower credit scores, sometimes as low as 580 with a 3.5% down payment, or those with limited savings. The catch? You'll pay mortgage insurance premiums at pay for the life of the loan in most cases, which can add up. Loans, an incredible benefit for eligible veterans, active duty service members, and some surviving spouses. These often require no down payment and no PMI. They are one of the most powerful home buying tools available if you qualify. USDA loans for low to moderate income borrowers buying in eligible rural areas, these can also offer no down payment. You'll also choose between a fixed rate mortgage, where your interest rate stays the same for the entire loan term, usually 15 or 30 years, or an adjustable rate mortgage, RM, where the rate is fixed for an initial period, e.g., 5 or 7 years, and then adjusts annually. For first-time buyers, a fixed-rate loan usually offers more stability and predictability, which is crucial. Unless you have a very specific short-term plan, fixed is often the safer bet. Step 5, the application and closing process. You've picked your lender, you've chosen your mortgage type. Now, the real paperwork tsunami begins. The application involves submitting every financial document you own, and then some. They'll verify employment, assets, and liabilities. Be prepared to respond quickly to requests for additional information. Delays here can jeopardize your closing. Key milestones: appraisal. The lender will order an appraisal to ensure the home's value supports the loan amount. If it appraises for less than your offer, you may need to renegotiate or bring more cash to the table. Underwriting. This is where the lender makes their final decision. They're reviewing everything, looking for red flags. Avoid making any major financial moves during this period. No new credit cards, no big purchases, don't change jobs. Closing. This is the finish line. You'll sign a mountain of documents, including the promissory note and mortgage deed, and pay your closing costs. These typically range from 2% to 5% of the loan amount, covering things like title insurance, attorney fees, recording fees, and appraisal fees. Again, refer back to your loan estimate to understand these costs. So you're armed with knowledge, but even with the best intentions, there are traps. Here are the common pitfalls that can cost you dearly. Common pitfalls to avoid. 1. Not shopping around enough. We covered this. It's the biggest mistake. 2. Ignoring closing costs. They're a significant chunk of money. Factor them into your savings plan before you even start. 3. Stretching too thin. Just because a lender approves you for a certain amount doesn't mean you should borrow that much. Leave room in your budget for emergencies, home repairs, and enjoying your life. Your mortgage payment, taxes, and insurance shouldn't consume more than 28–30% of your gross monthly income. 4. Making major financial changes. Do not, under any circumstances, take on new debt, quit your job, or make large, unexplained deposits or withdrawals during the mortgage process. It can unravel everything. 5. Getting emotionally attached. This isn't dating, it's a business transaction. If the numbers don't work, walk away. There will be other houses. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult a qualified financial advisor before making significant financial decisions. Your actionable takeaway today, something you can implement immediately. Pull your credit report from annualcreditreport.com, download a DTI calculator, and crunch those numbers. Know your financial reality cold. Don't wait for a lender to tell you. Be proactive. Your future self will thank you for securing a mortgage on your terms, not theirs.